What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan, and this is the biggest nootropics channel on the web. Check us out on the web, livecortex.com, facebook.com/cortextech. Every shred of information we put on this channel is brought to you by a couple products. Number one, we have Stack, a nootropic stack. It is called Cortex. Right now, flash sale on Cortex, $25 a bottle. Just use the coupon code 7, the number 7 at livecortex.com. Look, if you want everything in a pre-made stack, just buy Cortex, and now is absolutely the best time to do it because of the flash sale. If you need my help personally on formulating stacks that work well for you, get the Nootropics consulting service. We'll listen. I mean, it's like we listen to people's problems, how they respond to particular nootropic compounds, what their issues are, and then we formulate stacks that are tailored to their brain, and they work. It saves a lot of people a lot of time. Get the consulting service at livecortex.com. If you're new to nootropics, 3 products, 3 options really. A Smarter, Better, Faster digital book that teaches you everything on how to use nootropics, where to start. The Nootropics Starter Pack, which is Smarter, Better, Faster plus a bottle of our stack Cortex. Or the Nootropics Starter Pack Pro, which is like where you take your level of understanding nootropics to the elite level. It gets you Smarter, Better, Faster, a consult with me, a bottle of our stack Cortex, a copy of Stack List, a copy of the Racetam God Guide, all in one package. And if you are a man and you are looking to boost testosterone, that is easy once you know what enzymes to upregulate, once you know what hormones to take. And we're talking about like things like vitamin D. Once you know what micronutrients you must not omit from your diet, once you know what macros you must not omit from your diet, once you know how not to overtrain, once you really know how to give yourself free testosterone. There are liquid tinctures for that folks aren't talking about. I figured it out, doubled my testosterone. We've got a protocol for it. It is called the Viking Testosterone Protocol, and that's $140 at livecortex.com. All right, so I want to talk about the Voldemort of nootropics, which is phenibut, and that's because it's like one of those things. It's like you shouldn't really talk about it. People talk about withdrawals with it. It's a synthetic GABA agent, and so it's almost never something I would suggest to people. However. I recently had a conversation with a pilot, an international pilot, guy who flies planes, and no amount of aniracetam or modafinil or any of these other compounds gets this person in a place where he can focus and be functional. Now, obviously, that kind of life or any other life that's like very stressful is very stressful. And so when you've got a bunch of excess cortisol or a bunch of excess dope or epinephrine or norepinephrine firing off in your brain, then anxiety is going to be the response. And a lot of times it's an uncontrollable response that sort of is an auto mechanism happening in the background. Of course, a gram of ashwagandha, a couple hundred milligrams of theanine, really 200 to 1,000 milligrams of L-theanine should help in that situation. Sleeping better, and particularly taking 3 or 4 grams of glycine before bed should help in that situation. You just kind of want to tone down that nervous system response. But I'm usually not one to suggest phenibut to people to take for focus and for memory and for just sort of general brain function. But it does seem the case for some people, and this guy particularly, that phenibut actually does work for that. And that for some folks, I've learned, so like I get to talk to all these people every day about nootropics and their experience with nootropics. So it's like I'm the best reservoir for anecdotal experiences for one to extract from and then kind of make decisions on how to proceed with certain nootropics. And from what I've seen, there are actually people that can take phenibut pretty consistently, and I mean, 4 days on, 3 days off type of deal in low doses, and not have withdrawals when they stop taking it. And it's really the only nootropic compound or any compound that allows them to feel normal and feel pretty good. So in this particular case, this guy takes a couple hundred milligrams, 200 to 300 to be specific, of phenibut a couple times a week, 4 or so times a week, cycles off the other 3 days. And it literally focuses him, makes him feel not carefree, but not anxious. And the impediment in regular general sort of fluid brain function, which is an inability to inhibit excessive neurotransmitter firing, glutamate, acetylcholine, dopamine, is diminished. That impediment is diminished via the phenibut, right? So you've got a situation in which the person's brain the reason the person isn't having a great brain performance and isn't able to essentially have what we all see as nootropic benefits, like a guy like me or a guy like Dave Asprey or a guy like anybody like Tim Ferriss or something who like functions really well, and you're like, man, how does that guy function so well? Obviously, it's everything else we do to our bodies, but in a lot of cases, it's nootropics on top of an already optimized baseline. For people that cannot achieve that with regular nootropics, if there is an anxiety problem that is causing them to overfire certain neurotransmitters or underfire GABA, so that glutamate and acetylcholine and dopamine are firing to an excessive degree, phenibut changes their life, and phenibut actually takes them to a place where they can have nootropic benefits. This guy focuses better, he's got better working memory, he's got better verbal fluency, he's a lot calmer. Everything about his brain works better taking just a couple 100 milligrams or 300 milligrams of phenibut 4 times a week. So, even though we talk a lot of crap about phenibut and tell folks like, look, I mean, the withdrawals are terrible for most people because it's a synthetic GABA blast that'll eventually lead to some downstream problems that'll be hard to fix, and that will take a considerable amount of strategy to make a dent in terms of upregulating GABA receptors and getting them producing GABA normally again. It does seem to work for some people. And dare I say that it is sustainable for some people, helpful for some people, and perfectly okay to use. So I just wanted to make that clear for folks that are looking at phenibut when no other nootropics have worked, when nothing else has really worked for toning down background anxiety. If you've tried a gram of ashwagandha, 500 milligrams of theanine, 3 grams of glycine before bed to sleep better, and you've tried some of the other kind of run-of-the-mill GABA-affecting tranquility nootropics and none of it seems to cut it, just take phenibut. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Remember, guys, specials on product. Cortex Stack right now, $25. Coupon code 7 at livecortex.com. That is a flash sale that ends pretty soon. I think it's going to be ending tomorrow night, which is Friday night at 11:59 Eastern time. Get a bottle of Cortex for $25. Coupon code 7 right now. Powerful pre-made stack, basically that gives you everything. But if you want verbal fluency, like some of the best of them, you just got to buy Cortex. If you need my help personally, we have a consulting service, 40-minute call with me, 15 follow-up email correspondences. Right now, that's $49.99. We are helping so many people to establish good brain function when they're sort of treading water, trying to figure out nootropics and can't figure it out. If you're new to nootropics, a couple products: Smarter, Better, Faster, digital book we wrote for people that are new. The Nootropics Starter Pack, which is Smarter, Better, Faster, plus a bottle of our Stack Cortex. Or the next level up, which is the Nootropics Starter Pack Pro Elite Level Package. Gets you a bottle of Cortex, a consult with me, a copy of Smarter, Better, Faster, a copy of the Racetam God Guide, and a copy of Stack List. That's kind of the pro package for taking yourself absolutely to the next level pretty quickly with nootropics. And then lastly, if you are a man and you are looking to boost testosterone, we are hot on this. I have figured it out. It's a collection of things. The protocol is actually a little complicated, but it works. And we're getting results with people. If you're a dude and your libido is shot, your sex drive is shot, you're waking up not having morning erections, you're not attracted to your woman, you're not feeling masculine, you're not able to put muscle on and lose fat, you don't spring out of bed motivated and energized. That's the biggest thing that changed for me. And all that other stuff changed, obviously, when I boosted testosterone. But I gotta say, when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, right to work. I feel wanting to take on the world. Look, that's high test. You gotta boost it if you're a dude. Right now, $140 for the Viking Testosterone Protocol at livecortex.com. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you next time.